Hi all, I'd like to do a video on this workout powder. It's a protein. It's 5 pounds. You see it says 5 pounds here. Muscle Milk is the company name. Gainer is a type of protein. Gainer just means that there's a lot of calories to it. High protein gainer powder drink mix. 32 grams of lean protein per 4 scoops. So 4 scoops of protein has 32 grams of protein. So we'll go over more of that later. 650 calories per 4 scoops. Lactose free. So if you're allergic to milk, I guess it'll be safe for you. Check with your doctor though. This is a vanilla flavor. I like the vanilla flavors for the morning. I mix it up with my cereal and use it instead of milk. I got this one on sale. It was only 20 bucks. Usually a lot of people don't buy the gainers because there are a lot of calories. So you'll usually find these on sale quite a bit because the stores need to get rid of them. Free of banned substances. That's something I'm starting to see on a lot of stuff. Back, like 10 years ago or so, lots of companies kept putting things in their powders, even though it was banned in California. So it seems like lately, though, last 5 years or so, they're starting to get things cleaned up. This NFS, I don't know what that is. NFS, we'll have to check that out. Certified for Sport, www.nfs.org. That's what that guy says. So, nfs.org. Okay, that's cool. And you got a whole bunch of stuff here to read. This here though, let's go over this first. The only thing important is how much protein. Here they're saying 16 grams in 2 scoops. 32 grams in 4 scoops. Usually you get 25 grams in 1 scoop. The average person needs 25 grams a day. Bodybuilders take 1 gram of protein per body weight. So a 200-pound bodybuilder is going to take 200 grams. So, but for most of us, though, we won't take that much. That's hard on the liver when you take that much. But this stuff is supposed to be safe. But when you take that high amounts of anything, it could stress your body. So well, people buy this because they want to gain weight. Usually only the skinny fellas will buy this stuff. If you're just normal size and you just want to build muscle, then you still wouldn't buy this one. You just buy regular protein. But this is a gainer. Skinny guys that want to gain weight will like this stuff because it's high calories. Now 650 calories in 4 scoops, that's really not that much. I've seen these as high as 1,000 or even more, I think. I've seen it. This one is actually pretty low in sugar. 4 scoops only has 5 grams of sugar. So what that tells me is it's probably not going to taste all that great because the sugar is what makes lots of foods taste good. I'm sure you've heard people talk about proteins tasting nasty. Well, yeah, it's more healthy because it's low in sugar. That's a good thing. If they load it up with sugar, it's going to taste great, but it's not going to help you lose weight. So it's more or less low in salt, the sodium. 4 scoops has 200 milligrams of salt. I think the daily allowance is like 1,200 or 3,000 or something like that. So that's low though as far as salt goes. I personally try to keep my salt way down, even below that. But for 20 bucks, I couldn't pass up this protein. So if I only take 1 scoop, I'm only getting 50 milligrams of salt and not much protein though. It would only be what 8, 16, 24, 32, 8 grams of protein. So they always throw in a bunch of vitamins, but it usually doesn't amount to much. But here they're saying 50% of calcium. That's not bad. 35% vitamin D. So it does look like they loaded this one up with a lot of vitamins. It's not 100% because they figure you're probably taking other things and eating food too, so they don't want to overload you. You know. Okay, so I don't know if you want to read through the label here. Let's go ahead and check out the protein first, and then we'll come back to the label. Okay, so when you buy a protein, make sure it's sealed. Sometimes you can take these plastic things off and slide them back on. So just make sure that yours you can't slide back on. See, it would be almost impossible to slide that one back on. I guess you could probably. So that's just something you have to be aware of. It doesn't look like it was stretched out. Usually there's a seal on the inside too. Let's see what this company did here. Most stores will give you 30 days to bring it back. Most stores will give you 30 days to bring them back if you don't like it, or if it reacted with your body. You can always bring it back. Okay, that seal's pretty good. So. That's got to be one of the best seals I've seen. Okay, so if we look down inside, you can see it's just a white powder. Vanilla. There's the scoop. Sometimes you have to dig that thing out. So every workout powder will have a scoop. They come in different sizes. It's nice to get ones with the longer handle. So just save your scoops, especially the ones with the longer handles. So I'm just going to go with 1 scoop for now. We'll see how it mixes in water. Okay, so I've just got regular cold water here. Some people like to mix it in milk, and you can put it in pancakes and all types of foods. So I usually just mix it in water and drink it down. Some proteins are known for not mixing very well. So that one mixes right up. That's pretty good. I have a few other videos on powders, and I always recommend getting a shaker, because lots of proteins just don't mix. But if you have that silver ball in the bottom of yours, then you put the protein in there and your water and shake it, it will mix up. You really need that silver ball. And then protein will usually stick to the sides. So I mark mine as P for protein, and then I use the same one for protein, and usually only wash it out like once a week. And then I always mark it with my initials too, because when you go to the gym, there might be other people there with the same shaker, so that way you don't get them mixed up. Okay, so this mixed up pretty good. Okay, tastes great. Tastes like a malted vanilla milkshake. So I would definitely recommend it on taste. Being low sugar, I don't see how they did that. Sometimes they'll add fake sweeteners in it, but I don't see anything like that on here, just glancing through it. Okay, so let's go ahead and read through the label. Muscle Milk Gainer was designed for hard gainers. That means you want to gain weight. Those of us that more easily lose weight than gain size and strength. Size and strength are lost when fewer calories are consumed than expended. This is called the catabolic gap, or negative calorie balance. If you work out hard and are not gaining in strength and size, then Muscle Milk Gainer may be for you. Muscle Milk Gainer helps provide calories needed to close the catabolic gap, so you can achieve and maintain the size you worked so hard for. Okay, that's cool. Catabolic gap. Precision protein blend. Muscle recovery and growth is greatest when protein intake occurs after exercise. So they usually say take your protein within 45 minutes of working out, and I've even heard less. Your body can absorb more protein within like that half hour after you work out. Some people just keep it in their shaker and sip on it while they're working out, so then your body gets a constant stream of protein while you're working out. Muscle Milk Gainer contains a unique blend of proteins designed to provide essential nutrients to aid exercise recovery and muscle growth. You gain muscle because when you work out, you rip your muscles. Small tears in your muscles from lifting the weight, And then when your muscles heal, that's when they grow. So that's what they mean by recovery. Your muscles are recovering from all those little rips, and then when the muscles heal themselves, they grow, and the protein helps that. Slower digesting Micellar Casein. So casein is a special type of protein. From milk protein isolate, calcium, sodium caseinate, and micellar casein. There's different types of protein, and casein protein is one of the better ones. Rapid releasing whey. That just means it's a whey protein. Like there's different types of protein, whey and soy and things like that. Stay away from the soy protein. Always go with the whey. Whey would be like the main one, the main protein, the main type of protein. Lactoferrin, bioactive protein. You got me. That's scientific stuff. L-glutamine and precursors. L-glutamine is like the main amino acid for working out. I did a whole video on aminos, and in my previous video on protein I covered the precursors, so you can check that out. L-glutamine is the most abundant amino acid in human muscle. Taurine is just another amino, an essential compound derived from cysteine, necessary for many vital functions. You can buy a glutamine powder separate and just take that, but I wouldn't bother with that. You know, that's pretty extreme. Just get a regular amino, you know, outside this, like some type of some BCAA drink or something like that. And precursors, I don't remember exactly what that was about, but it was no big deal. So carbohydrates and protein work together. Carbs are like breads and things like that. Muscle milk gainer provides a combination of 32 grams of protein and 110 grams of carbohydrates per 162 grams, 2 servings, which the body can use after exercise to replenish glycogen stores. I think when you work out, you use up your glycogen inside your body. I think glycogen is like a sugar or something like that. Scientific stuff. The exercising body fuel tank. Establish positive protein balance. Stimulates muscle protein synthesis and recovery. The protein is going to make your muscles grow. That's basically what they're saying there. Increase insulin levels. Maximize muscle protein hypertrophy growth. So insulin just has like something to do with your blood levels. Increase insulin levels. Okay, I'm going to leave that one to the scientists. Put in hard work and muscle milk gainer will close the catabolic gap, so even the hardest gainer can make progress. Down here at the very bottom, our products are tested for athletic banned substances in compliance with the NSF International Certified for Sport program, which includes semi-annual facility audits, verifying that no NSF 306 certification guidelines Annex A list banned substances exist in our facility. So this Annex A list banned substances. Let's start with this one here. They go over the ingredients. The first one, maltodextrin. Usually the first ingredient, that would be what the product is, mostly. So that's where I was saying it tasted like a malted milkshake. Maltodextrin. Protein, milk protein isolate, calcium sodium caseinate, whey protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, micellar casein, whey protein hydrolysate, lactose. So what they're saying there is there's many different types of protein inside this one. Sometimes you buy a jug and it's just like one type of protein. Here they mixed all those different types of protein inside one. Okay, then they just get into some scientific stuff. Contains ingredients derived from milk and soy. So the soy is supposed to be healthy for you, but it goes through so many things when they process it. By the time we eat it, they've had a lot of chemicals added to it. On YouTube, there's a video by a woman named JJ Virgin, and she did like an hour-long show on PBS, and she says stay away from soy totally, because I think she said they add like 6 different chemicals to it by the time we eat it. But these days it's almost impossible to avoid it. It's in everything. But there was one protein that I used to use, but I used to have to drive all the way up to another city just to get it. So I'll have to grab one of those and do a video on it. It says this product is manufactured in a facility that processes milk, soy, wheat, and eggs. Some people are allergic to that stuff, and they need to know that. So 16 grams of protein, 32 grams of protein, 2 scoops, 4 scoops, 55 grams of carbs. Carbs is the main thing that makes you gain weight. That's why there's a lot of carbs in this. 110 grams. 2 grams of fiber, or 5 grams fiber. That just keeps your system regular. So you go to the bathroom. I think they say average person needs 5 grams of fiber per day. 320 calories in 2 scoops, 650 in 4 scoops. So this one glass that I took was only about 160 calories. So that's not bad, just 1 scoop, but I didn't get a lot of protein. I only got 8 grams of protein. Directions for use: mix 2 scoops with 8 to 10 ounces of water, or mix 4 scoops with 20 ounces of water. So that's what they recommend. Some proteins, what I like to do is, like, if you put a couple scoops in your glass and just put a little bit of water, you know, like just a couple of tablespoons of water, it'll mix up real thick and turn into like a pudding. some proteins work better than others. Recommended usage for individuals looking to build size and gain muscle mass. 1.5 cups, 162 grams, 4 rounded scoops, 2 servings into 16 ounces of water per day. Recommended usage for individuals that want fewer calories. Mix 3/4 cup, 81 grams, 2 rounded scoops, 1 serving into 10 ounces of water a day. Muscle milk gainer can be used either before workouts, after workouts, or prior to bedtime. Individual nutritional requirements vary depending on gender, body weight, level of activity, exercise, and training intensity. You know, not this specific protein, but I've noticed if I take protein before bed, I gain weight. I gain weight because it just sits in your stomach. But that's when they say your body is building the most muscle is while you sleep. So that's why they recommend taking it prior to bedtime. But another thing, it seems like proteins always give me nightmares. There must be something in it that makes me dream. So I got a good tip from a trainer about a year ago. She said, take your protein during the day, so you work it off, so it doesn't sit in your stomach and then you gain weight while you're sleeping. So, okay, so Cytosport products complement a smart eating and hydration plan. So drink a lot of water. You know, I think they say 100 ounces a day, which is a lot of water. I think that's like 4 of these things, I think. That's a lot of water. You're running to the bathroom every 15 minutes. So. That when combined with a balanced exercise or resistance training program may contribute to weight management and recovery from exercise. Use as part of a well-balanced diet that includes whole foods and other protein sources. Do not use this product as your sole source of nutrition. Made in the USA. That's good to see. Please recycle. I save these plastic containers. I store water in them, or tools and things like that. You can use them for all types of things. If you go to the store and try and buy a plastic container, something like this, just the empty plastic container costs you $10. So, for more information, contact Cytosport 888-298-6629. 888-298-6629, or email productquestions@cytosport.com. And their website is cytosport.com. www.cytosport.com. I'll show you how to download the label from GNC, and you can get all that information. Okay, in the last part, since we founded Cytosport in 1998, we've been dedicated to working with sports scientists, coaches, and trainers to reduce protein-enhanced products for serious athletes and active lifestyle individuals. supporting performance when it matters. Over the years, we've expanded to create comprehensive product line that encompasses the athletic experience from preparation to hydration to recovery. Our plant, the plant that they make this stuff in, our plant is a NSF International GMP for sport registered facility. Inspected and regulated by the FDA. We carefully manufacture our products on site at our corporate campus in Benicia, California. They brought up the FDA stuff, the Federal Drug Administration or something like that, because lots of supplements, not necessarily the big protein ones, but even like your regular vitamins, don't go through any regulation. You know, they don't have to be tested. I think I saw on one show, it might have been a Dr. Oz about a year ago, they tested a bunch of vitamins and they got a bunch of weird stuff in them. You never know what you're going to get. So that's why they're making a big deal out of this here. Making efficacious products, whatever that word is, products for athletes and active lifestyle individuals requires responsibility on all fronts. As our business has grown, so has our footprint. We have made environmental sustainability a focus and driver in everyday decision making. For more information, please visit our website. And then down here, they just got a list of the aminos that's in it, and they're giving you the fancy scientific diagram for the amino. So I have a whole video where I go over the aminos, but just real briefly, there's like 4 BCAAs. Those are like the main aminos. I think there's like 16 popular aminos, something like that. And if you go to the amino acid wiki page, there's like hundreds of them. But in general, say like there's 16 that we usually hear about. The main 4 of that 16 is BCAAs. You know, in general, in a slang type of way, when people are talking about they kind of use BCAAs and amino to mean the same thing, you know, in like a slang way of saying it. But really, BCAAs are like the 4 main aminos, and then amino acids are like the 16 main ones, and there's a whole bunch of other ones that could be included, but they're showing all the main ones here. So okay, so usually when I buy a protein, the main thing I look at is, you know, 4 scoops, 650 calories, 32 grams protein, and 5 grams of sugar, and 200 milligrams of salt. So for me, I would say 4 scoops. I would only normally take 1 scoop because now that I'm older, I gain weight real easy. So I would say 1 scoop would be about 150 calories, maybe a little more. So that's not bad in 1 scoop. 50 milligrams of salt. That's not bad at all. Only 8 grams of protein. That's kind of low. But for 20 bucks, it was hard to pass up. I'm just not a big milk drinker, so that's why I use the protein powders in my breakfast. Usually for breakfast I have oatmeal. I heat up the water, put a little cinnamon in the water, throw a chopped up apple inside there, soften up the apple a little bit, then throw the oatmeal in there. I only cook it for a couple minutes. I don't like it real mushy. And then I just throw the blueberries on top of it in the bowl. But sometimes I just have like a bran cereal. And that's when I like to mix this up in water and have this with my cereal. So, yeah, okay. Good enough. See ya. Bye.